thinking I'm heartless. I know you're thinking I'm cold. I'm just protecting my innocence. I'm just protecting my soul.
That was Sam Smith, Too Good at Goodbyes. How many people have that as their theme song, as their motto for being able to justify shutting down before you move forward? I raise my hand. Welcome back again to Spirituality The Spin. I am Ryan Keys, your host, and if you have your headphones or your earbuds handy, please plug those in right now. Why? Because I use the ASMR technique from time to time that helps create this cognitive connection between your left and your right brain, so you don't know if I'm over here or over here, but I'm always right now. Oh yeah. All right. A couple different announcements before we go forward and get into it. There is a subscribe button there, and then there's a bell by it. If you're not getting notifications for when we're here, hit that. And then if you haven't subscribed, please do that. We're trying to get to 10,000. Yeah, it's just something that just is like my own little goal for May. And then, if you're listening, can you not leave a comment? Does it take too long, that extra 10 seconds to say something about something down below? Click the like button. If you listened and you gained anything, think about how many things you hear in the day that don't do anything for you. Random conversations, frustrations. And if one piece of information rings true, you should like it, because you're telling yourself, I want to see more of those things that I like. A lot of times it's so easy to say goodbye. It's so easy not to try. So when you start planting little seeds like pressing the like button, you're saying to the universe, to source through your soul, through your intention, I like that. I want more of that. You see what I'm saying? So as we're going forward, we're going to talk about how there's a big, huge deviation between seeing yourself and the past self, first and foremost, when you've gone through tragedies or abuse or things like that. And I'm going to use my own personal story. I'm a little reluctant to do it, but I'm going to dive into it because we are what we live. We are what we live. And that's all we can be. You can read it in a book, but if you haven't done it, it's really hard to talk about it. So everything I talk about, I have done. Better or worse, I've done it. Maybe so you don't have to. So, also, I have a book. It's called Putting the Soul Back into Soulmates. Why? Because there is a huge gap between seeing yourself and believing that there's a top 5 or there's a quick fix to fixing you so that you can have your Mr. and Mrs. Right now. I want you to be happy. I want you to be with a person that you love. Because you know what? We're all looking for love. There's no doubt about it. Let me read you a little something from my book, just so you can kind of see where I'm going with it. You are what you see, say, do, eat, and listen to. The 5 body basics. Take a temple to the temple in order to be the temple. You see, if you are looking for help, you want that hallelujah moment. You want Oprah's aha moment. The problem is we've been so conditioned to believe because we get a pill and it makes us better. We only have to take a pill for 2 weeks and all of a sudden the infection's gone. We didn't have to do anything. We can take a blood pressure pill in the morning and don't even have to watch our diet. What the heck? The reason being present, being centered, being in love, looking for love is going to take you doing diligent work. And that's why I'm here. Because I know that if you do the work, it will work out. I promise you. It's worked out for me wonderfully. In many ways, my own battles that people are aware of, but it's just the last part of separation between my body believing what my soul and my mind are saying, and my body didn't believe it because of my sexual abuse as a child. So I'm processing that out through skin cancer, and it's difficult. It's a tough cross to bear, but I'm willing to do it. Because I'm not going to be satisfied with seeing myself yesterday. I want to be here today. So I wrote this in the book. The past is powerless. A memory is only a thought. whatever the emotion that is invoked by focusing on the past event becomes your current frequency. For example, anger, jealousy, sadness, or feeling fearful from something that has happened years ago renders you helpless right now. This is the power of your present mindset, and your choices will be echoed in every action occurring now. Broken heart, bad excuse. Find the courage to open up to love again instead of being focused on what will be or what was. Let focus guide you to be focused now on what is. So that's from my book, Putting the Soul Back in Soulmates. It's not just a conscious dating book. It is a conscious doing book. And let me give you one insight, and I failed miserably multiple times. So learn from my lessons. A relationship, the base of a relationship, occurs when you understand that you are always dating. There's one quote that I really, really love. It's by Brad Meltzer in The Inner Circle. And it says, "There's nothing more intimate in life than simply being understood and understanding someone else." And I forget who said it. There's another quote that really just grabs me, and I wanted to share it right now. Don't go blowing out other people's candles so that yours looks brighter, right? We have a habit of doing that because we live in a kind of a distressed signal of state of being, because our self-esteem has been sitting in the back seat in all the experiences that we've gone through. The product of what we believe ourselves to be is stuck in the past, and we're having a hard time seeing who we are right now. So that's why we're running out looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right, but we're not getting right. And really, it's not about being right, it's about doing right. Eat, say, see, do, and listen to. Take the temple to the temple to make the difference. Once you start seeing yourself and the value that you are, you're able to elevate your level of vulnerability. Then you're able to gain this huge volume of understanding when it comes to listening and loving and allowing other people to be the best selves. Putting the soul back in soulmate. I talk a lot about that. And just so everybody knows, there is a giveaway that's going on. The giveaway requires you to buy a book, post it on your social media, and leave a comment on Amazon. I've sold a lot of books, but there's only 5 comments on Amazon, so only 5 people are actually technically enrolled. So don't forget to do that. You have until May 15th to buy the book to enroll, and then until the end of May to leave a comment, because I know it takes a while to read stuff. But so that was just a shout out for my own book, because I believe it'll help you make a difference, whether you're married or whether you're looking for love. Even if you're married, guess what? The search for love hasn't ended, because you're searching someone else and with someone else daily. Nobody has it 100% right on the money every time. That's why divorce is so high, right? Divorce would be a lot less if everybody understood marriage is just an evolution of dating. And dating means that you still need to do everything you did when you were dating every day past that, even though you got a piece of paper that says we own each other, right? So don't get stuck in that ownership mindset. The only thing you have is who you are right now. Outside of that, any choice that you make that affects other people also affects you, but ultimately you are your choices. And then when you see someone, you want to put someone as your enemy. I've had actually people believe me to be an enemy for some reason, but the enemy is me in any manner of speaking. Your enemy is showing you something about you that you need to work on for yourself, and generally it's based in that back seat again. In that passenger seat in the back seat where the past sits. So if you can begin to not punish yourself with past events, recirculating them and reviving them, it's like you're giving CPR to your past. You're like, no, don't die. I need you because I need this insecurity. I need this small ego. I don't want to try. I want to say goodbye. That's why I picked that song, right? It was like my motto through my 20s. Even though I found love, I looked for love. I was so sexually active in my 20s, it was ridiculous. Men, if you need help with that, I can help you. But the easiest way to help you first is to let you know that sex isn't the basis for love. It is just the body processing. And if you don't have love in it, if you're not there present with your soul, sex is not going to be satisfying. You're still going to get up and make a sandwich. So don't sell yourself on that one. You want something that's going to give you a volume of information about love, life, living, and happiness. This is the evolution of the new loving. I was just talking to somebody. Somebody was trying to tell me that they were my twin, which the twin is within. So let's start that conversation down the road. But the twin is within. That energy exists inside of the self, because the soul is outside the body having a physical experience now. So the soul is sitting on that soul sofa with all the other souls, but also here and there and everywhere else at the same time, but still here, because we live in like this kind of conflux, concave, parallel universe that's existing all at once. That's why when God created the universe, the heaven and the earth, and said all is good, everything has been good the whole time, because an omniscient, omnipotent being that is all ever encompassing, if it says good, that means there wasn't a boundary on good. But that's for another conversation down the road. So never stop dating. Never stop doing your work. Never stop doing your basics. Never stop understanding that if you want something higher than what you have now, it requires you to put some elbow grease into that. It requires you to do the work. You feel me? You got to take that leap of faith sometimes to let go, and it's going to be tough. But if you sit in a place where it's not comfortable, it's not echoing what you need out of life, and your truth is starting to bubble up and you can't keep it down anymore, and the people around you are starting to become toxic to your truth, you start by explaining what's going on, right? And if they can't understand, you start building some bridges. You start putting some places of contact into that relationship, or into those relationships where they can see that you're becoming your true self. Because the chance is, as well as me, that you represented yourself at some point in the experience way back when as a conditioned being that was focused on repetition and repeating the past, bringing that past from the back seat up front and saying, hey, sit next to me, let's be here now. And so they were getting the echo of everything that had happened to you, not who you are now. So they're confused. You're not. You're not confused. You're being your best self. Your best version of yourself is the fresh self. Like if you're going to buy fruit at the grocery store, you want what was just picked. You don't want what was picked like 2 weeks ago, right? Because it's mushy, it's degrading, it's disintegrating. So to be your best self means that you are as close to the vine as possible. You are as close to source as possible. That's right now, right? And the body has to believe you. The body has to believe your experiences. So let's talk about, so how does that transition in the spiritual sexual world, and seeing yourself and setting yourself up to get past separation or to put toxic people to the side? How do you set yourself up for sexual spiritual success given all the factors that you face through your life? This is where you have to lead from experience and then look to others at what they've lived and listen. Take what you can. Gather what is necessary to your life and apply it. Right? For me, as a male, as a young boy, inadvertently abused sexually by the only person in my life that had that power to do so, that was my introduction, my initiation into that world. That initiation set me up for frustration and not being able to see myself. But do I live as a victim? Because a victim is still ego personified. Do I live as a victim? Do I continue as a victim? No. That's why I love when Kat said, #no more. I know the movement, but I'm saying #no more. I don't want to be me too. I don't want to be there next to the situation for the rest of my duration. I want to get past it. I don't want it to be a hurdle, an obstacle. I don't want it to stand in my way or stand beside me. It happened over 30, 40 years ago. No, thank you. I want to be here now. How do I do that? Because I'll tell you, as I went through and became promiscuous and became so sexually active and had so many sex partners, it limited the amount of love I was able to consume Hence my song again, my mantra through my 20s. It was so hard to say, I love you. It's so easy to say goodbye because I didn't want to try. Because I feared I would fail, because I felt that I failed as a child. I wasn't able to protect myself or protect my family. I wasn't able to stand up for my truth. I wasn't able to see myself. I was a victim. Great. But I've been a victim the whole time? No, I don't want that. Hashtag no more. I don't want to be that. I'm not that. I've evolved and grown forward, right? I'm constantly here. I'm constantly growing. I'm an existential student forever. Okay, the moment I'm a master, I'm going to just break that book and do it all over again. Because I don't want to be a master of anything. I want to be a student of everything. I want to live life and help people that are hurting and help people that need me. That's what I want to do. That's what feels good to me. I'm not doing it because I'm trying to heal me. However, on a logical-based, conscious-based, spiritual-based, soulful-based place, I'm standing strong. I've gotten past all these struggles, all these limitations. But guess what? The body has limited my experience and kept me hostage and a prisoner of the past because it doesn't believe my evolution of self. Because my evolution, my spiritual transition, wasn't as energetic as the event that put my body on replay. You see, that event was so tragic and so strong and such a violation of initiation. That was an overwhelming amount of energy. And it was a bookmark that was huge. So the body continually goes back to that chapter because it's saved. So how do I see past that to unsave it? Well, my skin cancer is one way. Your body's going to echo emotional dis-ease through how it manifests a disease. Okay? I've got people on my team at ryankeys.com that are all into that you can talk to. I'm gathering people and professionals from every area because I know what I know. I don't know everything, and I don't claim to. So I'm bringing other people that know a lot of other things that will help every area. I'm creating a community that's free, that will help you find a safe place outside of Facebook, outside of your social situation, because as you're discovering your truth, a lot of times the people that are around you don't agree because they don't see. They only see what you used to be. But we want to get a group of people that are like-minded, that see you right now as the solid self making a decision for yourself, that will love other people and see other people as you would like to be seen. And that person needs a safe space, a community, a collective, a group that will evolve the conversation and be there for you without all the BS of Facebook or some of these other social media sites. And that's what I've created. So you can look at that, follow at Ryan Keys, and you'll find it. So how did I come to the conclusion that my body didn't believe me? And what does this have to do with love? Well, first off, if I'm looking for love, right, I'm looking for Mr. or Mrs. Right. Because those of you that have made it this far, you obviously understand the top 5 or the top 10 doesn't get you to win. You need to ask, and you need to invest, and you need to sit, and you need to learn, and you need to share. So we're at this place of sharing, caring, and learning. How did I learn that that was the issue? Because if I believe that something or someone can fix me right now, I'm wrong. It's not instantaneous. Even though there's miraculous healing, there's miraculous things, there's love at first sight, yes. But it's not equating the longevity of what you're going to experience. There's people that have gotten healed miraculously right now, and that thing came back. Okay? My skin cancer has been a tug of war of trying to tell myself who I am and walk my truth. Sometimes it's not there, sometimes it's there. Same thing in a relationship. Sometimes the person's present, sometimes they pull away, right? I mean, you may be in separation right now and you can't see any way out, but are you working on yourself? Because you don't see yourself in the someone else as the solution. You see yourself in someone else as a love evolution. You feel that? Because it's about loving. It's about if they need space, let them go. If you love them, Love and hate don't occupy the same space, first off. It doesn't. And you never can put your stuff on someone else. People that have said, hey, Ryan, you're my twin flame, and I know my place. I keep my private life private for a reason, because it's there. And I don't have to share it to talk about it. I experience it, and I use it as the way that I see fit in a safe manner. But I'm good, right? I'm good. So, but some people are looking for answers outside of themselves, and they're still fixated on different people or places or things or ideas. But once you start doing the work, once you start diving within, you realize the twin is within. That energy exists in you already. And when you start operating from a place of love, this love is not going to be something you're used to, because you've been bought and sold when it comes to love. You believe love has a label, a roast love. You think love is only sex. You think love is going to be like meeting Mr. and Mrs. Right, and then all of a sudden, boom, settle down, got children, everything else. But love is evolving. Let me tell you, I love a lot of people. I love my friends. When I say that I love you, and if I'm working with you, I've got so many people. Everybody that I love and that loves me, leave a comment down below, and let's show people how that love works. Please, just for this moment, I would ask you to do that. Because I want people to understand the evolution of love, the Christ-conscious love, why Yeshua came here. He didn't come here to create a church. He didn't come here to create a new mindset of how to control people. He came here to free you, right? Like Siddhartha came here to free people. We're here to free you from this idea that you have to do something in order to love someone. Love isn't based on what somebody can do for you, right? And the more you get to understand that love is not about what you do for me, but it's about what I do for you, like I said with Hanuman. When I don't see you, I serve you. When I see you, I am you, and I can't be you and be angry at you, right? So the evolution of love has got a little bit of a ways to go, but it's happening. I'm seeing the shift. I'm seeing it transition, and I'm excited about it. So putting the soul back in soulmate, so easy to say goodbye and not try. Block, delete. We live in a world that is disconnected. Even though we're connected through the internet, we're not understanding there's a high level of dependence that all of us have with each other, because we need to, in a healthy place, to exist as a healthy populace, because this is our planet. If we pollute it, if we destroy it, we all die, right? If we kill all the animals on it, we all die. If we destroy the water, we all die. This is our world. It doesn't matter who you serve or what you believe. The one thing that is true, we are the world, right? I am you, you are me. If we put holes in our boat, all of us sink and drown. Okay? So in a relationship that's got the past in the back seat that is affecting you right now, how does that run you down the wrong road? Because if I'm living in the past, I can't see what's going on in the present. I can't see the volume of victories that are happening day in and day out right now. I can't see the evolution of love right now because I'm so focused on the heartbreak. I'm breaking my own heart because it was broken so long ago. I'm making choices that are not about current situations, about current people, about current understandings. I'm making a choice instead of seeing the person in front of me. I'm making a choice on what I saw 7 years ago, 16 years ago, 20 years ago. So we have to open up our peripheral, start looking forward, and be here. And it will help you. And I understand this broadcast today is a little bit intense. There's a lot of spiritual spankings, but I know that everyone is frustrated. And I've gotten over 1,000 people that have contacted me talking about separation and pain and fragmentation, not being able to love someone. I myself have been going through some tough times, and it is difficult if you don't see who you are now, right? And if I continue to see myself as I'm fighting cancer, guess what? My body sees myself as fighting cancer, so I have to see myself as being cancer-free, not just a survivor. Survivor means it's possible to come back. Cancer-free, pain-free, stress-free, because I'm free. Freedom, freedom, freedom. It's an evolution of self. So looking for Mr. and Mrs. Right, when you're not working on becoming that right person for them isn't going to be a win. When you're continually looking for the top 5 or this quick fix, it's not going to give you fullness. And I might be wrong, but I know if you're here right now at 25 minutes in, you're looking for something that will help you. You're looking for people. You're looking for community. You're looking for a way to see yourself. You're looking to be able to be your truth and exercise that. You're looking for support. You're looking to be supportive. Because that also helps you, right? To be that person you needed when you needed someone. I'll tell you from example, that's true. I feel great when I help someone. And that's why I'm not seeing you as followers. I hate that term. I'm seeing you all as leaders. You're leaders because you lead someone right now. There's somebody in your life that looks up to you right now. So begin to see yourself. Begin to see your self-worth. Begin to see your value, right? Begin to see your life a little bit simpler, a little bit lighter, and like yourself. Begin to talk about yourself in a good way. Less sabotage, right? My enemy is me. Don't be an enemy unto yourself. Don't be so accusatory to other people. Because the chances are, like they say, if you're pointing the finger at someone, what do you got? 4 pointing back at you? So, I mean, I didn't invent that. That's been around for a long time. So if that's the case, I mean, that has some validity, right? Just think what makes you happy. Stop being such a difficult inner critic. And understand that if you can't appreciate where you are, where you want to go is going to be difficult. Like for me, I'm in the dental field. I enjoy it. I love what I do. But I want to do this full time and go around to all of you and sit with you and help you in person. Now, how do I get to do that? Well, number one, I have to do my job and love my job and be good at my job, because then that gives me that wealth of wholeness so that opportunity arises, and then I can begin to make that shift. If I'm hating what I'm doing right now, then I'm actually not going to expand past that. Same thing for a relationship, right? But like I said, hate and love don't live in the same place. They never did. They never will. And if there's somebody that's you hate right now that you think you loved, think again. Think again. And I'm just being as real as possible, and you don't have to agree with me. It's not the point. The point is, this is us coming together, asking questions, and you have your answer. I'm the alarm clock at the crossroad. I'm just going, take a peek, take a look. I'm just trying to startle you into seeing something different. Because what you've been doing isn't working, so let's try a little something different. Now, if you want to break through, if you want to break ground, I will be there right beside you. I will pick up that sledgehammer and I will strike that earth with you, and I will help you break that ground and get to where you want to be. But you gotta find me. You gotta get with me, and I'll help you. Many people will help you, right? You need to remind yourself of what benefits you by being present and being on point. What are the benefits by you seeing a better part of you, right? Does it benefit you to see yourself as a victim from the past? It doesn't benefit me to see myself as a survivor of sexual abuse. It doesn't benefit me to see myself in the sexual abuse in that sense and to stay in that mindset. It doesn't. It benefits me to see myself complete, whole, and loving right now, And I've shared this with you, and it's scary, I'll tell you. I mean, as a man, I'm putting it out there, and I'm laying out a part of me that is it's tough. It's tough to go to. And that tells me that I'm still working, but I'm working feverishly, daily, doing the work, doing it, I want you to be here. I don't want you to be back there. I want you to be right here, now. In this moment, in the present moment, I want you to be here. That's why I'm building a community with some beautiful people. And when I say beautiful, I mean amazing. People that are living their truth. People that I've worked with, coached with for over the past year that have some great insights and great skills to bring these wonderful things to pass in your life. Putting the soul back in soulmate means that you have to see that you have a soul. Don't go running around looking for a soulmate or a twin flame and thinking that you don't have a soul inside of you. And if you do have a soul inside of you, why don't you start seeing that beautiful source of soul? Stop selling it short. Because if you sell it short, you're going to come up short, right? Peace, light, and love, and I will see you on the other side.